Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Thursday, December the 5th, and we're here to do some reading sprints for the next 2.5 hours, about 8 minutes early. Let me finish doing some the background stuff here. I just want to make sure that I have all the tabs up that I need. For us, oh, yeah, I wanted to do that one too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, Kim. Hi, y'all. I hit up Dollar Tree today and stocked up on reading glasses. Uh-huh. Are you still doing so well after both of them are done now? And our critter of the night. Or critter of the night. You know, Vlogmas is fun, but dang, there's just a lot of videos that I'm even more behind on. It's a good problem to have, for sure. I was already behind. Hi, Cajun. Hi, everyone. I'm reading A Christmas Caper, Gooseberry Bay, number 17. Cajun, I got your delivery. Is it okay if I wait until closer to Christmas? Thank you. I think things crossed in the mail. Just saying. Kim's still reading Paddlers, Promises and Poison, number 16, and Campers and Criminals by Tanya Kappas. Kim, yes, wonderful. I'm so glad. My mom is afraid to do the second one. I don't know why. Cajun, well, maybe I'm just old, but I'm scared of falling off that loft. I know, at bedtime, look at that. There needs to be a railing. Must be a young person's. That is fantastic, Kim. Sure, whatever you want. Awesome. Okay. Steve often counts something else as Christmas or kind of does a last minute thing when I say, I'm the easiest person in the world. I am the easiest person in the world. You know I love books. Could not do that loft. I am wobbly. For me, mostly upstairs is okay. Downstairs, I don't know. I think I get vertigo or something. It's not. And those are steep stairs. It's pretty to look at, but I would probably be staying. There better be a couch somewhere. See that door over in underneath the stairs? There better be a bed in there because that's where I be. Or a couch. Hi, Toya. Hello. All continuing on with the Christmas murder game. Oh, are you liking it? Let us know. Because that author's on my radar. They look interesting. Now, keep in mind that, sorry, tea. I'm having mango ginger tea tonight. No caffeine, because I would like to sleep tonight. Now, my reading taste is more traditional cozy, not fluffy cozy. The book I'm reading right now, if you can call it a book, it's over 100 pages. Technically, I still call those novellas, but that's now book. Gorgeous, adore the cover, but it's kind of too fluffy for me, but I will finish it. Maybe in bits and pieces. Nom nom, that's good. Everyone I have talked to had a great result. Yeah, I don't know what freaked her out, but she just will not do the second one. We're like, Mom. Of course, she's 88. This is your vision. You're a reader. Okay, I'm not good with open stairs either. I tend to slide a foot through sometimes. On top of that, all kinds of hazard there. So if this were my house, it would be decorative. The upstairs is decorative. I don't go there. Okay, me too, Cajun. I like the fluffy, but I really like the older, more traditional cozy. That's why there's a lot of books out there. Speaking of fluffy and cozies, tomorrow's morning show is Freeform Friday, and we'll pretty much be looking at the rest of the cozy mysteries because nothing else is really catching my attention. There might be a couple that were defying category, but mostly tomorrow's going to be more of the cozy mysteries that are published this week. Okay, my daddy had both his done at 82. I don't know. She's alone now. My brother is in a permanent rehab situation. Not rehab. I don't even want to call it a nursing home, but he is there for the rest of his life. Um, but Kim, I'm good with both cozies. Good, good. Of course, I like a lot of, I read fantasy, I read sci-fi, but in crime fiction umbrella, um, I love espionage spies. You guys know that about me. I also love police procedurals, um, and I like legal ones from time to time. So um, I have to be in a very specific mood for the fluffies to hit right. And sometimes that window is narrow, but I'm always looking for that window. And why I look at all the cozy mysteries, because there's every once in a while there's one that I find there. It's like, oh, I'm so glad I found this. Like a shark, We're bookie monsters, but we're also book sharks. So I earworm myself. Damn it. Um oh, speaking of, I listened to my first Christmas song today on purpose, not just playing in the background of somebody. I like some true crime, love and rule. Also love true crime. Um, love nonfiction. I love it all. I just have to be in a very specific mood for the fluffies. But Christmas song wise, our receptionist called in sick again, and I was getting kind of sleepy, tired. Kind of, I needed a pick me up, and I do it usually musically. And I have, I think I told you guys, I shared it with you guys last year, my Christmas playlist. And the first song is Little Drummer Boy by King and Country, for King and Country. And it's very drum heavy. And so I purposely listened to that, and it got me going again. Some nonfiction depends on the subject. Absolutely. I love interesting history ones. Um, like, what was one I read? I can't remember. It was like measuring the longitude. So they sent out parties months ahead to go to different parts of the globe for what they could do in that time, and to measure at an exact time what it was like so they could get the measurements. But in some places, there was cloud cover, so they couldn't get the measurements. I mean, whoa. Little Drummer Boy makes me cry. Oh, that's my absolute. If I had to pick one song I've always loved all my life, it's Little Drummer Boy. Love it. The one I grew up with was, a lot of people have heard the classic version with the choir. That choir, it's kind of quiet, um, and it was used very to good effect in the TV show Arrow, season 5, Christmas. Very, very Godfather-esque, if you catch my meaning there. But I love Bob Seger's version, for King and Country. Fabulous if you love drums. Got a serious deal today. 1 year for $3.99 a month. Awesome. Just in time for holiday traditions, 40s to 60s Christmas music. Yep. I just lost my Sirius connection when I had to get the new car. And I think money-wise, we might not put it on the new car. But that is fabulous deal. We had scaled down and had lost the Beatles channel, which was one of the main ones I had listened to. I also listened to the ambiance one, but Christmas, you bet. Oh, Holy Night is my favorite, and Charlie Brown Christmas. Oh, there is a great cover of the Charlie Brown Christmas by Postmodern Jukebox. Love it. But yeah, I could listen to that soundtrack any time of the year. It's one of the few Christmas ones I could listen to all year round. Oh, let me change the banner while I'm doing this. I only get it when I get a deal. That's very smart. Very smart. You got to do those things. So we'll be doing sprints for the next 2.5 hours. We'll be doing a check-in at the top of each of the first 2 hours. And then a final check-in at the bottom of that last hour. And right after that, I'll be jumping on to the spin-off channel, Tales for Bookeemonsters, to read chapter 5 of our Advent calendar Vlogmas, if you want to consider it that way. Read aloud of Christmas at Glitter Peak Lodge. One of these times I'm going to remember the last 3 words. The Norwegian Advent calendar mystery, though we're getting a whole lot of background right now, but it's very descriptive writing. Very descriptive. Oak Ridge Boys, Oh Holy Night. Home Free, Oh Holy Night. Whoa. Cajun chapter 4 got interesting. It did. We're introducing a lot of, if not face-to-face with characters, we're getting a lot of names of people that are probably significant. I've been noticing a lot of the names, people who might be coming into play. But descriptive-wise, the author likes to make lists of feelings and things going on and tasks to do and what nature is doing in Norway and stuff. So I am enjoying it. It is a slow pace. We're not jumping right into a crime, but we're getting a lot of setup. Choir does its Christmas music this Sunday. Next Sunday is the kids. Oh, that's always cute. Oh, I love the kids at Christmas. They're great. So what am I going to be doing? I haven't quite settled on my next read yet, so I might be dabbling. I'm kind of in the mood for fantasy. I'm kind of in the mood for sci-fi. I'm in the mood for a chunky monkey. I just haven't nailed down which one it is. Options are Michael J. Sullivan, the prequel to the Ruria Chronicles. Love that partnership, so that's a very strong contender. I might get back to the sequel by David Weber and Richard Fox, the sequel to Governor sci-fi, which I was so looking forward to the new release of. But then this autumn, my slump started, so I might be getting back to that as well. We'll see what hits. Mark Valerie with Pentatonic. Mary, did you know him doing his song? Awesome. Yeah, the a cappella groups, they just do it so well. So well. I just love music, and Christmas music does it so great. And it's stuff that we grew up with too, and we have a chance of knowing the lyrics. All right. Got my tea, got my book, got my first setup here, got all 5 tabs up. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. Be sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe. You guys probably do the notification because you show up when I get started. Next thing would be just bring a friend. We'd love to grow. Or come join the Tales for Bookeemonsters and do the Advent calendar. I know it's late on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings because we do it after the sprints, but you can listen for it anytime. And if you fall asleep, that's kind of the purpose. It's a bedtime story. All right. Are you guys ready? Happy reading. Let's go. And that's the end of our first sprint. How did everybody do? Sorry, we were jumping around there in that last half hour. Wasn't finding something I wanted to listen to. They looked, as like I always say, the ambiance I choose by how they look, not how well they sound. I don't listen to them when I choose them, and then when we play them, sometimes they're just not conducive for the reading experience. The first one I had chosen for that second half hour was Christmas music, which will be ironic because the third one was also Christmas music. It looks like we can't really avoid it at the moment. So, sorry about that. Kim had said as we went to sprints, may read, may not, still trying to rest my eyes. That is a very smart thing to do. The real original Grinch is on. That's the only Grinch. Kim, not sure who's cutting onions. Annie, hi all. I'm listening to The Edge of Dreams by Reese Bowen, Molly Murphy, number 14. Hi, Annalise. Hi all. Just woke up and lovely to catch the sprint and listening to Audible. And just want to say I love seeing the photo of your bunny on Facebook. Such a cutie. Toya read 32 pages. Cajun got to 55%. Good job. Well, we've got another hour and a half to go. Let me change the banner. Hi, Kate. I couldn't read, but wrote in my journal for a while. That's fantastic. Good for you. Awesome. So I had kind of I don't know, maybe epiphany is too strong of a word. So as I mentioned, I'm kind of bouncing around in trying to settle on what to read. I'm not slumping. I just don't know what's hitting. So you've probably seen that Brandon Sanderson has a new book out tomorrow in his one of his series. And earlier this afternoon, while I was at work, I listened to YouTube a lot of times while I'm working. I have an earbud in, which is why I'm touching my ear. And I came across a guy who was trying to read all the previous books in 2 weeks before the book came out. The next book came out, which is insane because each book is over 1,000 pages. Not an exaggeration. They are all over 1,000 pages. Needless to say, in that video, he did not do it. However, it got me to thinking. I tried to read the first book in that series, The Way of Kings. Was it last year? Yeah, I think it was last year. Maybe the year before. I don't know. And I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I got to page 75, and if I really wanted to throw the book against the wall. I've tried to read Brandon Sanderson for years, decades, years and years, and then wasn't the time. But earlier this year, I did try again, and I read Mistborn, which is a different series. They all may be related, I'm not sure, but it's a different set. And I liked it. Surprised myself. I liked it. So I'm getting to the epiphany part. So while I'm doing taste tests of books that I might want to read next, during this last sprint, I decided, well, let's try Way of Kings again. So that is what I was doing during this sprint. And I'm currently on page 19. So the epiphany I had was I've already hit my Goodreads reading goal, which was 100 books. I hit it in October, end of October. So partly the slump that I was in for so long didn't really matter because I hit my goal, so there wasn't pressure that way. Um, but it also got me to thinking just a little while ago while I was doing this is trying to read so many books in a year kind of puts you, it's a self-imposed limitation, absolutely. Um, but puts you in a place of I need to read a certain amount of books every single month to hit that goal, which is not a bad thing to do because there's so many good books out there. There's no right way or wrong way. Getting to the epiphany part. As I'm reading this Brandon Sanderson, I'm slowing myself down and savoring the words. And I've always said there's different ways to read. I'm a fast reader comparatively. I'm not the fastest, but I am a faster reader. Reading that fast, and it comes with practice. You're building that muscle up. You're reading faster. You're creating, again, I'm touching my head because I'm creating pictures like a film in my brain. There's other people, the way they read, like my husband, who doesn't read a whole lot. Um, he reads each and every word. And there are people who read that, and I think are also, I'm being very judgmental here, read a lot of the literary fiction. They're reading it sort of like frame by frame, if you still use the film analogy, appreciating the art rather than going through it to create the continuity of a moving story. They are appreciating the artisticness of it. So as I was trying to slow myself down and really try to focus in on Brandon Sanderson, because his world building, he jumps you right in. He's using words that are meaningful in his world, but not in ours. So you're trying to figure out what the heck they are referring to, and trying to picture it in our own frame of reality, what that reality is. So I was trying to slow myself down. And then I was thinking, well, what if, and maybe that's part of my problem of why I can't commit to a fantasy book. I'm just doing it too quickly, or having the goal of I have to get to the next book. I have to get to the next book. So I was thinking on the backtrack, what if my reading goal for 2025 wasn't 100 books? It was less than that, significantly less, maybe even, and just focus on reading books slower, appreciating the words and the connecting of the words that the author has chosen over getting to the 100 books. So that was just what, lots of thoughts going on in that last sprint. Um, and the good news is I'm on page 19 of my second attempt at The Way of Kings, and I'm not hating it. So there's hope for me. Wow, that went into a very long explanation. Sorry about that. It took up a whole lot of time of our sprinting. All right, where are we going? Let's do a critter. It's not our only critter of the night, and it is by no means a signal that we are being done. It's just being a cozy critter. All right. And I had to double check that I didn't have the mute button on because that would have been really embarrassing. All right. Are you guys ready? Happy reading. Let's go. A long 100-car train. And that's the end of that sprint. Was it just me or did that one go by fast? How did everybody do? I got to page 39 and I'm okay with that. New attitude. As we went to sprints, Cajun said, that's an interesting train of thought. And I had jumped on and said, a very long, slow-moving train. She said, I think how we read changes over time as well as our taste. And that is a very good point. That is a very good point. Definitely taste. I'm hoping this isn't just a phase. You know, when you have reading moods and you go through phases, and I'm not going to say the word era, everybody says that word, but I'm just wondering if this is an attitude or a phase. Keisha said she loves a twitchy cat ear. That was a cute one on the cat. I used to tell Shanna, I know you heard me. Your ear moved. They cannot control it. Cat ears swivel towards sound. Wouldn't that be cool if ours did that? And he says, it's good to think about our reading, especially when your only goal is to read for enjoyment like me. But I also like to go to book discussions, but sometimes I don't like the book. I have never been able to do book clubs or anything like that. 90% because books are chosen and I am such a mood reader. I am a mood reader to the nth degree. And so book clubs have never worked for me. I know this about myself. Annie, so then my enjoyment goal fails. I've been more careful about researching book club picks lately to decide if I will really like it. I'm in the winter season of my life, so enjoyment is a priority. I love that attitude. No, I also said that was very good points. I love that attitude. Cajun, yes, it was very fast. Got to 68%. Wow, you made some good progress there. And he got to 28% and did some online shopping. Oh, fun, fun, fun. Toya, 36 pages. Good job. Annalise beating and YouTube won here tonight. Oh, yeah, I've got to do that. But I'm not giving up sleep. Sleep is good. I like sleep. So my other correlating along these weird reading thoughts was in kind of adapting perhaps a slower reading, at least giving myself that for 2025 and starting now as a gift. I love, and a lot of people love, the way Alan Rickman spoke in any movie he was in. He's just very deliberate. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. I want to do more deliberate reading. I'm still a mood reader. That's just who I am. That's a fiber of my being. But if I read more deliberately, if I kind of picture myself as Alan Rickman instead of Speedy Gonzalez or Flash. I don't know. I don't know what somebody who speaks fast. But yeah. And I'm kind of content with this thought at the moment. I hope I don't wake up tomorrow with being completely different person. You know, when you have those revelations, it's like you want those revelations to stick and not just be a flash in the pan kind of thing. All right, we have one more sprint to go. This one's for 30 minutes. And when we're done with that, I'm going to pop over to the spin-off channel, Tales for Bookeemonsters, and we'll read chapter 5 of Christmas at Glitter Peak Lodge for our Advent calendar read. All right, so let's get to our actual critter tonight. I think he's cute. I also wish Emily were on tonight. I'm not sure if she's just lurking or if she didn't pop on tonight, but I have questions. She's read this Stormlight series, and I have questions. Cajun, wait till you see it play. This is a cutie. This one's a cutie. All right. Are you guys ready? Happy reading? Let's go. And that's the end of our last sprint. How did everybody do? I got to page 53, which is 5%. And I'm not gonna jinx myself, but I'm not hating it. All righty. And he said, I notice when I read classical literature, I tend to reread some passages because they are so well written and sometimes write them in my book journals. That is a good practice to do. Writing them in your journal, remembering, going back and be able to enjoy them again and again. Yeah, and just thinking about it too, it's only recently that um, books were made to be read fast. You know what I mean? Couple 100 years ago, this was something that you spent an evening doing, and they were written much more densely and in beautiful language. Anyway, and he says those eyebrows. Isn't this guy a cutie? Heather said, missed you all tonight. I went to dinner with a friend to discuss me potentially changing jobs. So kind of important life stuff, but really miss seeing what you're up to. Well, thanks for popping in. Wow. I'm glad you had somebody to discuss things with. Cajun got to 75%. If you're hearing music, Steve is playing music really loud downstairs. Annie got to 33%. Awesome. And Cajun said, good luck. Absolutely. Well, that was our last sprint for the night. Our next sprints are on Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. They go for 5 hours. Tomorrow's morning show is going to be probably more Cozy Mysteries, Freeform Friday. And then right after this, in a minute or two, we'll be jumping over to the spin-off channel on Tales for Bookeemonsters. And I'll read chapter 5 for our Advent calendar read aloud. So thank you guys very much for hanging out. Hope to see you soon. Have a good night. You're all in my heart. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom. Have a good night and God bless.